Welcome to you, and welcome back. Welcome back to Plant Based Homestead Prepper, where we make prepping fun. You know, I never get old. That never gets old, and I never get tired of saying that. Because that's one thing Jennifer and myself pride ourselves on doing: having fun. Even when we particularly don't like each other, and folks ask us all the time, like, "Do y'all argue? Do y'all fuss? Do y'all fight?" No, because we pick with each other so much all the time. How can you? How can you when you're making each other laugh so daggone much? Even when we get upset with each other, we still find a way to just be silly. Don't take each other too serious. Don't take yourself too serious. You know, just go through life. Life is too short to be serious all the time. Hey, Queenie. Life is way too short to be serious all the time and moping around and groping around and just got your lips poked out. Just is what it is. Alright, so I titled this live Love and Fear, Food Shortage, Food Crisis, and something. I can't even remember what else I said. But, Queenie, did you catch the morning motivational this morning? It was a good one. It was a good one. It was like maybe 4 or 5 comments. It wasn't even that many comments. Y'all were so in tune to what I was talking about. All it was like, agreed, preach. I'm like, no, I'm not preaching. I'm not going to preach. No. Oh, goodness. You missed a good one. That's all I can say. You missed a real good one. All right, so let's talk about love and let's talk about fear. Okay, let's talk about fear first. There's a text, ancient scroll that says that God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. Now, I want to talk about fear first because we as humans, it's natural. Well, any animal. It's Friday the 13th. Yeah, I talked about that earlier too. You must have missed 2 lives today. Somebody actually hit me while I was sitting in the truck, and I talked about that. Actually, when I was doing, you missed that because I was talking about the morning motivational. This guy, hits me while I'm in the truck, so I got out and gave him some love. Got out and gave him some love. So anyway, as animals, and this is any animal, especially animals outside of human beings, because most animals that are in the wild, when they see a human or smell a human or scent a human or sense a human, what do? They run away. Why? Because they know that we're humans and they know what's going to happen. We're going to try to eat them. Nah, he just bumped me. I was sitting in the parking lot and I was actually talking to you guys and I was like, is this guy going to hit me? Boom. I was like, and then he walked away like he hadn't done anything. I was like, oh, no. You're going to acknowledge that you hit me. I mean, no, it wasn't any damage. It was just, you pulling into a parking space and, well, you probably don't know because I don't know anybody who pulls in a parking space, gets close to a car and just keeps going. Most people will bag up. He hits me, then bags up, then almost hits me again. Then it's going to tell me, oh, and I would have white paint on my truck if I had. Man, don't try to play me. I'm sitting right here live, and the truck moves when you hit me. So don't even try to play me. Anyway, so I challenged him, and I was like, hey, blah, blah, blah. And he just kept denying it. I was like, you know what? It's all good. Have a great day. Because I could see when I started to get upset about things, I wasn't even upset. What upset me was the fact that he did it and then walked away, got out his truck, started walking into Lowe's like nothing had happened. I'm like, nah, I can't let this ride. I can't let this ride. You think you just above common courtesy. Waste my time and disrespect me. That's the 2 things that would definitely get you on my bad side, real with the cat quick. I'm talking about faster than a duck on a June bug quick. Okay? So, I'm sitting there talking to him and everything, and I'm like, look, I'm not trying to be evil about this. And when I said that, when he saw I wasn't trying to get any money out of him, he was like, well, if I did, I apologize. Ain't no if you did. You did it. And like I told him, I said, no, I just wanted you to acknowledge that you did it. That's all. I just wanted you to acknowledge it. I'm good now. You go on about your business. Have a great day. But see, people like that, they think they own the whole world. Jennifer and I talk about that all the time. People thinking they own the whole world. At least you have a heart, a forgiving heart. Yeah, I don't hold nothing against nobody. And that was nothing. That was nothing to get upset about, you know. Everybody can make a mistake. I just wanted him to know that I knew that he knew that he had bumped my truck. That's all. So, fear. False evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. Most of the time, when we as humans get fearful of something, it has absolutely no merit in anything that we're doing, talking about, working on, whatever. It has no merit at all. And it makes me wonder, where in the world does fear stem from? Where's the genesis of fear? Where does it come from? Where does it come when you are fearful of something? And I used to run around here scared all the time, you know, just scared of everything. And one day I woke up and I said, you know what? Enough is enough. And I've always been kind of slow, you know, not slow like slow, but slow like it takes me a while to get things, especially when people are around and they're trying to do certain things to you, you know, take advantage of you. I'm a little slow in that area. And it goes back to my childhood. You know, a lot of the things that we do or we go through as adults stem from our childhood and our upbringing, our rearage. And if you're the type of person that were emotionally abused, physically abused, any kind of abuse as a child, it takes you much longer to develop in your adult, because you got to get over, you know, a whole bunch of things that happen early on in your life. And a lot of times that will cause you as an early adult to be fearful of things, fearful of people, especially if you know, we got this dog that we have at home. His name is Jackson, and that poor baby. I rescued him from a really bad situation. I didn't know it was a bad situation until we got him, and he's damaged. He's damaged for probably the rest of his life, because we can be playing with him, and he will hear a tone, or he will think that you're yelling at him, and he will absolutely go and hide. And it's like, you're not in trouble. Come on out. We're just playing. Come on. You know, I think we as humans are a lot like that. I know that, Queenie. You shared that with me. Yeah. And I'm not far behind you. I'm not gonna say severely, but I definitely have my share. But then a lot of times when people see special things within you that are not within them, a lot of the times those people get intimidated or they get fearful of you outshining them or whatever. And a lot of times they try to abuse that out of you because they see the greatness within you. And fortunately, all of my life, people have done that to me. You know, I didn't realize the greatness that was within me. I didn't know. And a lot of times, others around me would see that, and they would start picking. You know, I've always been kind and I've always been nice. Hey, Miss Grace. I've always been kind. I've always been nice and quiet, really, you know, around other people, especially people I don't know. And a lot of my superiors in the past, especially in the military, a lot of my superiors, you know, they would, because I was the kind of guy that, and I still am, if I have a goal, nothing is going to stop me from going from point A to point B. Even if I have to go D, J, Q, X, and then get to B, I'm going to get there. Just the way I am, just the way I'm wired. And a lot of times in the military, it was funny, I had peers, and I even had superiors I'm talking about people who outrank me by 7, 8 ranks would be derogatory toward me on the things that I would say out of my mouth. Because I would say things like, I would be like an E3, telling people on the ship that I was going to go and do X, Y, and Z. And it had never been done. Or I would be one of the people that would do such and such and get qualified in such and such. And for my pay grade, that was unheard of. And, 3, 6, 12 months later, I would have that qualification. And it made me a target, but it also brings about people who will help you and bless you along the way. Okay? So, let your light shine so that not only you can inspire other people, but so your haters will show their face. Let your light shine so that your haters will show their face, and the ones that are in your corner will help you illuminate your light and your path. Because you will come across people in your life as you're blessing others and helping others. You will come across people that will be drawn to you and will be like, you know what? I believe in that person. I believe in Queenie. I believe in Miss Grace. I'm going to bless them. I'm going to do such and such and such. I'm going to make a phone call, and I'm about to open up this door for them, and they don't even have to know about it. Okay? So that's where you can turn that fear, that inward fear, into that love. And that's why I be on you guys all the time about spreading love, because there's enough hatred, there's enough fear in this world. God knows there's enough. We have got to be the ones that will spread some love around, because if we don't, who else is? If we don't show and we don't tell people that we love them, and if we don't show it, and see, you can tell people you love them, but until you actually start showing it, it doesn't mean anything. All right? So about the food shortage. Since that's a staple of this show, of this whole entire channel, I thought about it, and I've been looking at my numbers, and I said, you know what? I have set this show up to the point where if we don't talk about food shortage, YouTube does not put out my videos. and I have noticed that when I deviate from any other subject other than food shortage, the views and the watch time are not there, which is fine, okay? Because I'm gonna do enough shows that they all equal out. But when I talk about the food shortage, that is our staple. All right. So the question I have for you is, what if in 2020, because it's coming whether you're ready or not. 2020 is right around the corner. What if in 2020 it doesn't get any better? And what if you start really seeing and feeling the food shortage in your area? I went to a store this morning, and I was like, I went up to one of the people who worked there. I said, are y'all going out of business again? She's like, no, why? I was like, because y'all ain't got nothing in here. She's like, no. Our that department, whatever it was, the meat department. She was like, all those units went down. I said, okay. I was just wondering, because y'all ain't got nothing. Now I got really concerned. Y'all know when I walk in the store and I don't see any meat, I'm like, oh boy, what in the world is happening here? So I don't know why I put this candy in my mouth. Look at this big old huge thing of M&Ms I found. Is that not the biggest? This is 2 pounds of M&Ms. Isn't that not the biggest bag of M&Ms y'all ever seen? And they're all red and green. I didn't even know M&Ms did this. They're all red and green. And if I don't watch myself, I will sit here and eat 2 pounds of doggone M&Ms. Like, with the quickness. Crazy. I started taking pics of prices to see. When it goes up, I want M&Ms. Well, here you go. You have some. Miss Grace, I haven't received any pictures from you in a while. And Queenie, I got something in store for you. Okay? Got something in store for you. Speaking of going out of business, the Dollar General that was closing today was its first day. Everything left was 10 cents. Of course, it was cleaned out when I got there. Of course, Knife Collector. Of course it was. How many of y'all caught our last day? Okay. How many of you guys caught our morning motivation this morning? I'm gonna go back and watch it because I know it had to be good because the only comments you guys were making were, dang Roger, you right. Dang Roger, you right. I made a joke. I was like, on this channel it's very rare I'm wrong. Which that is true. It's very rare that I'm wrong because I only tell you guys things I know. Hello, at Tess. I didn't want to try to pronounce your first name, but hello. How are you? Glad to see you. Thank you for being here. And if you are new, we only have 2 rules. 1, when you come in, you say hello to let us know what state or country you're watching from. And 2, be respectful in your comments. That's the only 2 rules we have. And this is for all new people. So thank you. Thank you for being here. And you can disagree with me and you can say whatever you want to, as long as you do it in a respectful way. I don't, if you are one of those people that like to troll, I don't delete any of the trolls' comments. I don't try to kick trolls out unless they're disrespectful. Okay? So, welcome. And welcome to all the trolls too. I love trolls. Why? Because that means trolls are watching. And if they're watching and they're commenting, that means they're helping the channel. So, anyway, and I'm not calling you a troll. I'm just saying. I just had never seen you before. Mr. or Mrs. at Tess. All right. So we're talking about love and fear, food shortage, food crisis, and the rest of the year. So what I want you guys to do, and this is very, very hard advice to roll with, okay? You think you're watching, but it wasn't live? You can watch it anytime, Miss Grace. You don't always have to catch the lives. All right, so for the rest of the year, I believe that I think we're going to see all the food everywhere. I don't think we're going to see anything like we were seeing back in September, October time frame. I believe we're going to have full shelves everywhere. Okay? Just to be honest with you, it's my honest opinion. I could be wrong. I hope I'm right on this one. And I hope leading into the new year, I believe, looking back at it and looking at the way things are now, I believe we're going to have a good first quarter. And I'm going to tell you why. I believe because as long as, there's caveats to this statement. The stock market constantly is doing this, okay? It's going up. Normally this time of year, historically, the stock market starts to go down. It's not doing that right now. The Fed just passed that they're not going to raise the rate over the next year, I think, something like that, which means interest rates are still down and still low, which is the perfect time for you, my friend, to start paying down and paying off your debt. I think that's going to be very vital in the upcoming year, because if we continue with this food shortage, and if it starts becoming harder to feed yourself and your family, you're going to need all the disposable income that you can muster up. And if you're paying out $100, $200, $500, $600 a month in debt, then that's $100, $200, $500, $600 a month that you're not able to buy food that you can eat right now, and then 2, buy food for the future and preps for the future. Not just food, but all kind of preps. But I believe we're gonna have a good first quarter. I'm just hoping that the first quarter continues And I know we're like 2 or 3 weeks, well, a couple weeks now from the new year. I believe as long as the stock market stays up and it doesn't make any drastic turn over the next 2 weeks, I believe the first quarter coming in is going to be all right. Because you got to understand, the folks that are making the money in the stock market, they got to keep making that money. The moment that whomever or whatever entity pulls all their money out and it changes, then be on the lookout. Okay? Be on the lookout. Hey, come in, pay off your debt. Downsizing. Yes, you were talking about that the other day, Miss Grace. Downsizing. And that's one thing that Jennifer and I are doing right now. Now, we've gotten a little off track this month. Because I said, you know what? We've been together 10 years. We're celebrating our 10-year anniversary this year. It was actually in June. And we're actually about to take a trip. We're about to do something that we haven't been able to do in 10 years. We're about to take a trip and we're about to really enjoy some life. Okay? Not going to be worried about no jobs, not worried about fixing people's houses, not worried about none of this. We are about to really enjoy. If hyperinflation hits, your savings in the bank might not buy a loaf of bread. This is how people will go broke. Life savings will be gone. I agree. Another reason why I'm harping on you guys making sure you pay your debts off. Because imagine if hyperinflation hits and the money that you have is worth nothing and then you still have debt. Oh my God. That's going to be absolutely ridiculously hard. And, oh, you're in Turkey. Okay. Well, hello, my Turkish friend. Thank you for being here. I heard it was going up to 30,000 BC of a tweet because of a tweet. Really? What's going up to 30,000? What are you talking about? Wow, how's the economy in Turkey? Yeah, that's interesting to find out too. How is the economy in Turkey? Because see, we here in America, regardless of what you may hear on your news, all we trying to do is just make it. We don't want to fight nobody. We don't want nobody fighting us. We just want to just make it. My husband bought a rock in Turkey. You mean a diamond? Hey, Howdy Garden, how are you? Thanks for being here. The stock market. What is it right now? I mean, it's crazy. It keeps going higher and higher. And I'm playing it to the downside, and I'm losing money. I'm like, good gracious. When I saw it hit a record high like a month ago, I was like, yeah, this market's not gonna keep doing this. No possible way. Keeps going up. Keeps going up, which is fine by me. Because while the getting is good, make sure you get the getting. Because when everything changes, it's gonna be hard. 27 or 28. Okay, cool. Now, when you say your husband bought a rock in Turkey, do you mean a diamond, or like literally a rock? I'm not surprised that it came from Turkey. I'm getting the getting. Yeah, get the getting while the getting is good. Because right now, everybody's fat, dumb, and happy. Ain't nobody worried about no food shortage. Ain't nobody worried about no food crisis. Ain't nobody worried about no famine. Everybody's trying to have a great Christmas. And while people are doing that, and while food is abundant right now, stock up. And see, I want you guys to start getting to the point where you have that more than enough blessing. Okay? Get yourself to the point where you have more than enough for year, 2, 3, 5, whatever. And then that way, when and if something happens, if somebody comes to you, and I want you guys to be thinking about this, okay? And by now, Friday, mostly everybody that's watching should have done their homework, which is season 1, episode 5 of The Colony. And if you haven't, it's about to be a spoiler alert. So I want you to start stocking up and not think of just yourself and your family, but start stocking up for those that may join your crew or your group or your house or your tribe or whatever. Start stocking up that much. Why? Because you want to have enough, because as we found out this week, or as we're going to find out, when we have people a part of our crew and when we force them to leave, we create a lifetime enemy. And it doesn't matter what you did for them while they were with you, all they're going to remember is that you put them out. Now, you probably are totally justified for kicking them out, which is cool. Just know that 99 times out of 100, you are creating an enemy. All right? So, how many of you guys have actually watched The Colony Season 1, Episode 5 this week? How many of you guys have actually done it? And I'm talking about watching it this week. I'm not talking about 3 weeks ago when we first started. You watched all of them. No, I'm talking about how many people have watched The Colony Season 1, Episode 5 this week. It's going to be great for you because you're going to be stocking it up good. Keep stocking. Keep stacking. And like Barry Independence says, stack it to the rafters. And that's what we're doing. I know my wife thinks I'm crazy. But I'm going to tell you this. Starting next week, I'm about to start doubling up. Doubling up on everything. Everything's about to be doubling up. I did my emotions. Got 2 ways on it. Yeah, mine too. Out of curiosity, what were your emotions? What did you feel about this episode? Because I'm telling y'all, for those that haven't seen it, this episode was the most entertaining. And in my opinion, you probably learned the most from this episode than we have the previous 4. And I'm gonna tell you this. I'll tell you this, Night Collector, before you even chime in. If you have a woman in your life, and this is for women and men, if you have a woman in your life who tells you it's just something about that person that just doesn't sit well with me, you better listen. Because every single time that Jennifer tells me, yeah, something about them, I just can't. See, women have an intuition that we men don't have. You know, they got some kind of switch. They're wired some kind of way where their red flags go off and red lights go off on people, and we're like, oh, they're all right, it's good, everything's gonna be great. And they're like, I'll be watching tonight. I was on the wrong show until Roderick sent me. Okay, cool. Yeah, you gotta get on the right, you gotta get on the good foot. Hello, my friend. All right, hello, Turkish friend. Hopefully you are understanding. Hopefully we don't have a language barrier. Hopefully. And you know what? Now that I know we have Turkish friends, I may consider uploading the videos in Turkish. I don't know what the national language is for Turkey. Does anybody know? I guess you speak Turkish. That's interesting. Hey, Emily. What is she saying? Hello from Alabama. Sweet home Alabama. Went to the hardware store, and my man bought me seeds. He thinks seeds will be worth their weight in a few years. I'm kind of with him on that one, Emily. My lights are always right. Even when people do sinful stuff, I'm like, God's showing me this. Cool. Hey, Queenie. Yeah, and if you haven't seen the episode yet, then you're gonna see, because I was so, let me tell you something. This week, I was so doggone proud of Allison, because she stepped up. She stepped in. And she got it in this week. I don't want to spoil it too much for those who haven't seen it, but watch Allison this week. And of course, Amy is still missing in action. Amy is such a doggone behind the scenes person. I haven't seen Amy but like 3 times in 5 weeks. She actually did have a speaking part this week. She said something. Subscribe to my channel. I will definitely return. Please subscribe to my channel. I will come. Well, Mr. Tess, this is really not that show. We don't do. Matter of fact, YouTube doesn't even like for you to even use that kind of word. So with one of the moderators, some of the moderators delete that right there, because that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt right there. So one of your moderators take that down. You know, Mr. Atkins, that's really at task. This is not really the proper way to ask for subs. Okay, just so you know. Oh, you said bye. All right, well, bye. Somebody please take that down for me, okay? Yeah, we there's a right way and there's a not so good way of building your channel, and that's probably not the best way. The best way is to come in, just so you guys know, for my creators, from what I found out, the best way to come in if you want to get subscribers, you come in and you bring value to somebody's show. All right, like I know on Green Organic Love, when she's live, I'll come in, I'll be like, hey Queen, how you doing? Just checking in, sending you some love. And and I chime in to her shows, and Paula Adrian the same way. You come in and you chime in to people's shows, and you keep doing that, people will notice your channel, period. And by doing so, you will grow organically. Okay, it's just like Emily. When Emily comes in, she's not coming in asking for subscribers. She comes in, she's bringing value, and over a period of time, we're like, hey, Emily's got a nice crocheting channel. Y'all check out Emily. Or who else? Who else is on? Tara. Okay, like, hey, Tara. Tara's got a beautiful channel over there. You guys go check her out. But if you think building your channel is the right way of coming in, just asking people to come send you love and then you're gonna send it back, it's not gonna work. And not only does that, now I'm not so bad, but other people who are doing lives, they'll kick you out. I mean, they'll straight up just be like, all right, boom, you're gone. They won't even give you a one. They won't even tell you, because for one, that's kind of disrespectful. Okay. I put a lot of, you guys know, I put a lot of time into our network and into our family and into our group. And then for somebody just to come in and be like instantly, hey, I see you're live, come do it for me and I'll do it for you. That's one that's disrespectful. That's disrespectful to the host of the group, the host of the live, and it's disrespectful to the people who are in that family, because you don't know how tight-knit those people are. So I'm, and I hope that person's still here listening, because this is the kind of stuff that nobody else is going to tell you. They're just going to kick you out their group. So I hope that person is still listening. And this is for all the creators. When you come in and you support me, because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I people that I watch and people who have built huge channels real quick, they're producers of content. They're not always consumers. Okay? And you guys notice I produce a lot of content, but I'm sure that you would agree with me that I don't waste your time when you're spending and investing your time here on Plant Based Homestead Prepper. 90% of the time, you're probably learning something, or you're getting fed some kind of way. If not, you wouldn't keep coming back. Am I right or am I wrong? So if you have a channel, that kind of bothered me right there, to be honest with y'all, you guys, because I'm very kind and I welcome everybody in, and you guys know that if you come in and you bring value to this show, I'm going to promote your channel anyway. You guys know that. So anyway, that kind of bothers me right there, because I work way too hard to have somebody just come in and try to steal views, steal subs. That's That's disrespectful. And I told you guys, I tell you guys all the time, the two fastest way to get on my bad side is one, waste my time, and two, disrespect me. So Mr. or Miss Turkey, that was disrespectful. And we're not gonna have that here, unfortunately. And I apologize to the rest of the crew that I even have to be that way, because y'all know I don't like being like that. But every now and then, you gotta check, folks. You gotta check them before you wreck them. Is that right? I mean, and if I'm over the top with it, you guys, I know y'all will let me know. Do y'all agree or do y'all disagree with everything I just said? Waiting for an answer. Asking for a friend. Oh, goodness. Did I lose everybody? Good gracious. Ain't nobody saying nothing. Or did I scare everybody by checking that one person? Y'all let me know. All right, so Emily said agreed. She said, you sure do. Exactly and right. Okay, well, at least Emily agreed. Anybody else? Anybody else? Nobody else? Okay, well, cool. Got me all off topic. I don't even know what we was talking about. I'm sure it was something dealing with the food shortage. Food shortage, food crisis, famine. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about prepping and making sure you have enough preps to the point where you're prepping for future members. I would not say I would like someone's channel without looking at it. Yeah, I mean, that's even with you guys. I didn't start promoting Emily's channel until I looked at it. I was like, okay, I'm not into crocheting, but you guys might be. And I started, letting you guys know, hey, check out Emily's channel. And Tara's been with us since the beginning. And as a matter of fact, Tara had this other channel that she used to come in on, and she's like, I think I'm inspired to start a channel. I was like, well, go on, start it, because Tara brings so much value to the group. She's engaging. She's here all the time. So when she started her channel, I'm like, heck yeah, I'm gonna support you, because you've been supporting me all this time. And that's what anybody else. If Night Collector started a channel today, I would be his #1 fan. I would watch all his stuff and put his stuff on repeat at nighttime, because that's what he's done for me. You give and it shall be given back unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, shall it be running over, all that good stuff. Anyway, that fires me up though. It really fires me up when somebody comes in, they just they're trying to game the system. That's really what's going on. Instead of working hard, because there's no easy way of doing YouTube. And if you want to be successful on YouTube, you got to work. You got to work your butt off too. It ain't no easy way. Y'all see how many hours I put into this thing. I put in hour after hour after hour after hour. And then when you guys are not seeing me on camera, I'm putting in hour after hour after hour optimizing videos, doing thumbnails, making sure things look good. And then when thumbnails don't work, I redo them and I repost them. How many times have you guys seen on my channel, on this channel, on our channel, that you watched the video one time, you went back through trying to look for it, and you couldn't find it because the picture was different? That's because I went in and changed the thumbnail to try to make it better. And then you have people to come in and try to do shady stuff. I don't like shady. I don't like shady, and I will check you and call you out immediately, because right is right and wrong is wrong, and truth is going to stand the test of time. And that's just the way it is. Why? Because Stone Cold said so. Y'all can tell I used to be a wrestling fan. I don't watch wrestling anymore. I used to be, man. Okay, I'm gonna tell you funny story. I'm gonna end this live with this story, and y'all are gonna die laughing. Okay, so how many people remember back in the day Stone Cold Steve Austin? Now, he had been wrestling for years. Then he revamped his old character, and he came up with this Stone Cold Steve Austin character, right? And he was a rebel. He didn't like the rules of the WWF. It was WWF that back then. Now it's, I think, WWE. And he would drink beer in the ring and bang them together, throw them out in the audience. I mean, he come in with a huge beer truck. I mean, this dude did everything that was crazy. How many of you guys remember Stone Cold Steve Austin? And his reign of fame kind of was ending as The Rock came in, Dwayne Johnson. But he was known as The Rock back then. It's probably 20 years ago. So literally, it's probably 20 years ago. So, WWE, World Wrestling, it was called WWF. The World Wrestling Federation was coming right here in my backyard. And, God, this had to, let me see here. Let me give y'all some exact dates. So, Gabrielle was probably in Pampers. Janice was old enough to go with me. She's 6 years older than Gabby. So, she had to be about 7 or 8. This is my stepdaughter. So, and we used to watch wrestling like crazy all the time. We wouldn't miss any wrestling. So I found out about them coming. I was like, I want to go. And I asked Janice, I was like, Janice, you want to go to wrestling? She's like, yes, Daddy. I was like, all right, we going. So I told her mom, I said, hey, we're going to wrestling on such and such. Do you want to go? Nah, you know I don't want no wrestling, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, cool. So me and this 8-year-old go to the wrestling match. We got there late. We missed the first match. Because I got off late, work late. That was back when I was in the Navy. I got out work late. Rushed home, got me a shower, put on my clothes, grabbed my baby up. We drove to Hampton, which is probably a 30-minute drive from where we lived at the time. I get out there, I think, I can't remember if I must have paid at the door. We paid at the door. We go in, get our doggone seats, and Stone Cold was the main event that night. I was so excited about seeing Stone Cold. But at the time, he and The Rock was my favorite, but Stone Cold was my favorite. So I see all these, y'all know those fingers that they used to, I don't even know if people sell them anymore at sporting events, but those fingers where you can point them, they're huge. You put them on your hand, and they're huge, and you can point these fingers, right? How many people know what I'm talking about as far as those huge fingers, the big hand? It's like you put your hand in it, but it's like 100 times the size of your hand. How many people know what I'm talking about, right? How many people? Come on, y'all. Catch up. And I know there's a delay, but I really need you guys to understand these fingers I'm talking about. So anyway, I see all these fingers, man, and people just shooting. They throwing them fingers, they chanting, and if you ever go to a live, well, back then, if you ever went to a live, the foam fingers, thank you, foam and rubber fingers, yes, Knife Collector. Emily says me, yes. So I'm seeing all these fingers around the auditorium, and my daughter is like, Daddy, I want one of them fingers. I was like, all right, cool. Soon as the next match is over, we're going to go get us a finger. All right, cool. So, unbeknownst to me, when I go, I didn't know that there was so much break time between matches. So, between the matches, you got plenty of time. You got like 15, 20 minutes between matches. So, we watch a couple matches. Stone Cold is coming up. And after this next time when she said she wanted a finger, I was like, all right, come on, let's go. So we run out there, stand in the line, we get her some popcorn and nachos and whatever else she wanted, whatever else I wanted. So we go over to the concession, get that. Then we go over to the merch stand, and I buy one of these fingers, and I'm trying to hurry up and get our stuff and get back to our seats because I didn't want to miss anything. So we get back to our seats, we're eating and everything. We get finished eating, the wrestling match going on. We watch another, we done had this finger for like an hour, right? So Stone Cold gets ready to come up, and they got the crowd hype. It is hype as I don't know what. It's probably one of the loudest auditoriums I have ever been in my whole lifetime. And I look down at this little 8-year-old, and I finally realized what kind of finger it was. Now, for those who remember Stone Cold Steve Austin, he didn't use this finger. He didn't use the pointing finger. He would always use the middle finger, right? I look down at this finger, at this 8-year-old, and she is dancing, got this finger going on and everything. Y'all, it was the middle finger. I hadn't noticed and I looked around at the whole auditorium. Everybody had one of these middle fingers. And here I am, I'm rushed out and bought this 8-year-old the finger that I thought was this finger, and it wasn't that finger, and it was the middle finger. And I was devastated. I could not believe that I had done that. Here I am, big time father figure, trying to do right, take my kids to church every Sunday, go to the Sunday Wednesday midday worship, play drums for the choir, and here I am at a doggone wrestling event, and got my child with a middle finger on her hand. Oh, goodness. So, what's done is done. And I had already spent like $25, $30 on this finger. So, guess what? Baby, you go. And she, of course, she didn't know any better. Well, she did. I was like, okay, let me explain something to you. This is your finger at the wrestling match. This is Daddy's finger when we get home, okay? And you under no circumstance. That's what I'm about to tell you. And I was like, and you under no circumstance do you ever do this finger to anybody in your whole life. All right? So, if you agree to that, I'll let you keep this finger at this wrestling match. Do you agree? So she agreed. And we never did have any more problems about that. And when we got home, that was our secret. And as far as I know, she never spilled the beans. Because loose lips sink ships, right? I just found that to be so funny at the time. I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe I bought this child a middle finger. What's up, Teddy Bear? You in late, brother. We done now. You got to watch the replay. I just told a real funny story. I don't know how many of y'all thought that was funny, but I said that to say this, okay? One, stop taking yourself so daggone serious. That's number one. Life is going to happen whether you are ready for it or not. So, enjoy life, okay? I know we talk about prepping. I know we talk about the food shows. I know we talk about some serious topics here. But to sum it all up, you have love and you have fear. Spread some love. Spread some cheer. This is the time of the year where we should be spreading love and cheer anyway. Do something for somebody, not expecting anything in return. Okay? Do something for somebody, not expecting anything in return. Make sure you tell the people that you love every single day that you love them. And enjoy your life. Okay? Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. And prep like there's no tomorrow. But enjoy today. Why? Because tomorrow's not promised. All right? So, thank y'all so much for being here. We are closing out. We appreciate you guys. Tomorrow, listen, a couple announcements before we leave. Tomorrow, we will not be on at 9:30 a.m. We will be on at 9:30 p.m. to review Season 1, Episode 5 of The Colony. All right? Season 1, Episode 5 of The Colony. Teddy Bear, I want to say Teddy Bear's upstate somewhere. I can't remember. Teddy Bear hadn't come in enough and told us where he is for me to remember. And Emily's in Alabama. Let me see here. Emily's in Alabama. Queen's in Texas. Night Collector's in Arkansas. Let's see, who else? Who else is here? Miss Grace is in Florida. How to Garden. I can't remember where How to Garden is. Who else is in here? I'll try and go through the chat and see. Alright, it's all good. Teddy Bear, where you from? Alright, cool. We may have to find out another time because I'm about to be out of here, y'all. But again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for listening to my level of crazy. I appreciate you guys. Norway. Oh my God, that's right. He did say that the other day. It's night here, bro. So I watch you in my free time. Well, we appreciate that. And I will commit that to memory. Teddy Bear is in Norway. We really thought you was a troll the other night, didn't we? Yeah, we thought you was trolling us, but Teddy Bear is a pretty good guy. Teddy Bear, do you have a channel? If so, I hadn't checked it out yet. But I will. But thank you guys. We are out of here. I will see y'all on the next one. Y'all be blessed.